Hey everyone, alright, I'm going to be doing a review mostly on the Ernie Earthwood strings, the silk and steel strings. Now, I just put these on, these are 11s, I put 11s on the guitar that I'm going to play in a minute, and I'm going to play another guitar which is the exact same model, but it's got D'Addario or D'Addario, however you pronounce it. But it's got the 80-20 bronze, which I love. And I know this one says these are 11s, but they really aren't. The one that I have on the guitar they're 12s. They're 012s. So what you're going to hear the difference. Of course, because these are 12s, they're going to sound deeper and richer. And these are 80-20 bronze. Whereas the ones that I put on are silk and steel. So you're going to have a richer sound with the 12s, obviously, and you're going to have a richer sound because they are steel. But mainly what I want you to do is I want you to hear the difference between the 80-20 bronze and the silk and steel. I've done a review on these before, and I hated them, but you know, they're really not that bad. So let me set this thing up on a tripod, and I will do a review of the Ernie Earthwood strings. Okay, and these are the two guitars that I'm going to be playing. As I said, they're the same model, the same Artwood Ibanez. I think it's an AC240. So they're really awesome guitars. And the one on the left is going to have the Silkwood, and I'm going to play that in a minute. I mean, Silkwood, the Earthwood Silk and Steel. It's going to have the silk and steel, and the one on the right over here is going to be played with the D'Addario number 12 80-20 strings. So here we go. Let me, I'm going to do the number 12 80-20 bronze so you can hear what that sounds like first. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to mess around a little bit. Again, these are the 80-20 D'Addarios, number 12. It's got a really rich sound to it. You're going to notice a difference. I wish I could play them both at the same time. I love these strings. There's no doubt I love the 80-20 bronze, but my complaint has been that they sound extremely tinny, and I know that's what's going to happen when you go to 80-20 bronze. I don't like the bronze phosphor strings, or however you pronounce that. I don't like those at all. I don't like the sound. They're very blonde, dull to me. I like these 80-20 bronze. They sound better. But listen to that. There's a lot of ringing, which I do like. Listen to the ringing. Now I'm playing with my nail. I should have done the pick. But let me do a little bit of finger picking. And that's where it sounds a lot better when, some of this does have to do with I'm playing with the nail instead of the pick. Alright, let me go get the pick out of my pocket, and we'll just solve that problem right now. Let me play with the pick, and so you will hear the difference. Now, it's a little deeper sounding, but there's still that twangy Now, I'd say after about a month, these strings get very corroded, which, because I don't wipe them down, I'm not going to waste my time wiping down strings. I will just change them. It's much easier. So, my complaint, as I was saying, is they get a little tinny after a while, and it just becomes really annoying, especially if I play them outside. So let me do a little finger picking. That's when these sound incredible. Finger picking These are awesome. And I am talking about these. These are incredible on finger picking. They're a little bit difficult. Finger picking with the 12s is really awesome. Trying to try to do bar chords with the 12s, very difficult with these strings, extremely painful. And it's got nothing to do with building up calluses. I just cannot build up the strength in my fingers and my hand to be able to play this. I have tried for years and it's not happening. It never will. So I've given up on the number 12 strings, even though I love the sound of them, because I just don't have the strength in my fingers to do it. Okay, so that is the sound of the Diodario strings, and now I'm going to shut this off and switch over to the silk and steel strings, and you're going to notice a huge difference. Okay, boy, I love editing and the stop button. Okay, so this now is going to be, as I just said, the silk and steel. What's that junk I've got on my finger that was on the floor? A lot of dust. Okay, let me just do some strumming first. And there's a little bit of twangy sound, but I'm using my finger now, I'm not using the nail. But it's much more mellow. It's mellow, and when I first did a review with these strings, I hated them. But listen to that. I mean, it's, to me, just the feel right now. It is kind of a brassy 80-20 bronze sound, but it's also a deep, rich sound of the number 12 strings, even though these are 11s. And it's also a very bassy, mellow, relaxing sound, almost like nylon strings. So let me do that again. And the thing that's awesome, the thing that I noticed the first time I put these on my other guitar, these things are incredibly easy to play. And I'm really excited. I'm just going to do the finger picking right now. The reason these are awesome, and it might have a lot to do with silk, the silk part of it, instead of the 80-20 bronze. These things, when the bottom part of my nail, when I'm finger picking, when the string rolls under the bottom part of the nail, it just glides off. It's like Teflon is on there. Oops. Absolutely incredible. Let me play them with the pick now. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if we're going to get a richer sound than when I was doing it with the nail. Not that much different. Okay, I'm using the pick. One thing I can tell you right off is when I do that with the other guitar, it's very tinny. Very, very tinny. When the pick goes over the strings, it sounds like it kind of breaks at each string, and then the tinny starts on the next string, and then it breaks, and then it starts on the next one. Listen to this, it kind of flows together. But it's got a lot of rich bass to it. Let's do a little... Okay, so that's really, that is the silk and steel. Okay, so let me play a few more seconds. Let's do some disastrous Miley. Okay, that's a total disaster. So, okay, I think it's awesome. I got the pick in my mouth, sorry. Let me go reach over and grab the 80-20 again so you can hear that. Sorry about my armpit in the video. Okay. Now let's go back over and you're going to hear the metal sound, which is not a bad thing. You know, when I hear the difference, it's definitely crisper, but I don't know if that's a good... It's louder. The Diodario's are much louder. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Listen to that. And I'm going to do the finger picking with the nails again. As I compare both of them, it's a really tough call. It really is. I love the EJ13 Diodarios in the number 11 size. And like I said, these are 12 strings now, not 11s. So it makes it very hard to play. The great thing about these with the 12s is it's very easy to... The nail, the finger nail has something to grab onto when I'm picking. And with the number 11s, it doesn't. But, so, you know, I'm not really putting down the Diodarios because I love them. And so right now, I put these strings on and I'm going to keep these things on for a couple weeks, couple months, and test them out and see which way I'm going to go. So far, this is my string of choice. It has been. I've tried a lot of other strings, and this is a string I keep coming back to because it's incredible. It's just really incredible. But they get dirty fast. They lose the sound really quick. Well, I shouldn't say they lose sound quick. Time passes by, and it's really months before I restring these. But they just get that annoying metallic twangy sound after a while that drives me nuts. And I am hoping that these will be a little easier to deal with as far as playing and as far as an easier, more mellow sound with still the rich metallic sound of the 80-20 bronze. So one more time with the new strings. Much easier to play. Like I was saying, I had a number 11 Diodarios on here before I switched over to the silk and steel, and these are so easy to play. They almost feel like you're playing nylon strings. They're very easy. Well, you can see the gouges in my fingers, so that, I mean, I'm pressing hard, but they don't hurt as much as the 80-20 metal does. And I'm not talking pain, muscle pain. I'm talking they just don't. They're soft. They're very easy to press on. A more mellow sound. Deeper, bassier sound. Whereas the 80-20 bronze is a more metallic sound. It's definitely metallic. So, and I'm not sure if that is a good thing or not. So, my advice to you, if you are not sure what guitar strings you want to use, is go out and try both of these. And just be really fair. Like I said, this is my string of choice, but I'm going to put these strings are on now. I'm going to force myself to play this for at least a month and make a really good decision do I like these or don't I? I'm not going to say, I don't like the sound and I'm going to take them off, or they bother my fingers. I'm going to spend a lot of time with these strings here because I think they sound really good. And then I will be able to decide which one of these two will be my string of choice, or if they will both be my string of choice. So hopefully this review helped you a little bit. I know it's really hard to tell using different microphones and speakers and picks and fingernails and cameras. It's hard to tell what sounds better. So this is just a suggestion. Try both of these things, and maybe you'll find one of them is the string that you really like. Make sure you watch all my other incredibly awesome videos online, because that is what puts food on the table. Thank you. Okay, one last thing before I end the video, which I have a hard time ending videos. These are the Silk and Steel. It's the D'Addario 8020 Bronze. I want you to hear the difference as I pluck. Here's Silk and Steel. Definitely richer on the D'Addario 8020 Bronze. Here's the Silk and Steel. And now here's the 8020 Bronze. Let's try to do them together. They almost sound the same, but they definitely do not play the same. And you can hear the difference on the number 5 string. Here's the Silk and Steel. Much deeper and richer on the 8020. The others are very close. Are they close? No, this is deeper and richer on, well, it's also a number 12 string, so that's probably why. So, yeah, they sound very close to each other. They play completely differently under the bottom of the nail and as far as pressure on the tips of the fingers. So give it a try and make a decision which one you like. I think you're gonna have a good time if you try both these strings, because they are both really awesome.